And the more you know who you are and what you want, the less you let things upset you.
You know those things about failure being a part of success? I didn't believe it before. I thought it was bullshit. How can failure be a part of success? You know, when I would think of success, I would think of people in the big office buildings, or, some famous actress or something, or a doctor in a big city. Someone with a lot of money and who had their life together. I know now that's not success. I shouldn't say it's not success, but it's not the whole picture of success. What I wasn't thinking about was the long hours that they committed to what they wanted to do, and the late nights and the sacrifices that they had to make to get there. When I was thinking about success, I wasn't thinking about the failures that they had along the way or whatever else they may have faced. I was just thinking of the end picture, like the tip of the iceberg. The way I think about success changed after I failed. And I didn't just fail once. I failed multiple times. I failed in high school and I failed in university. I believe it's been 3 times where I thought that I would graduate and it was taken away from me. But it was taken away from me because I failed, because different circumstances happen, things out of my control, things in my control. But it doesn't matter. I failed. But you learn from these things. You learn from your failures. And the way I come to see it now is, if you can learn something from your failure, then it's not really a failure in a sense. I'm not sure if that makes any sense to some people, but it does to me. And that helps me get through it. I can look back on it and be like, oh, well, if I had done this thing, or at least now I know when I do this course again, or whatever it is you may have failed in, that if this opportunity presents itself again, I need to do it differently. I need to try and do it this way. When I failed in university, it was really hard. I had such a strong fear of failure that the thought of failing, I felt like I couldn't breathe. And I put a lot of pressure on myself to the point that it felt like I couldn't do anything at all. And in the end, I did end up failing because of my fear of failure. But from failing, I learned that I don't have to be afraid of failure, and it can help you grow. And if I hadn't failed those classes, I wouldn't be in this position. And this is a position that I need to be in right now because I'm not really sure where I want to go. When you fail, you have to learn to be able to pick yourself back up and to dust yourself off and keep going. And it makes you question if what you're doing is what you really want to be doing. And it gives you that opportunity to think about that, and you can decide, is this what I really want? And if it is, then you'll be more determined to succeed, and you won't be so scared if you fail again. I still don't like failing. Nobody likes failing. And it doesn't get easier, but I know that whatever gets thrown at me, I'll get through it. I'll keep getting through it as long as that's what I want to do. Even if you do fail, if you end up failing a class, or you have to repeat a year or something, I know it sucks. It really sucks. But you also learn how to pick yourself back up. You learn how to reevaluate the situation and come at it with a different approach. You learn where your priorities are, and that's a hard one because you might think that you want this one thing. You might be telling yourself that even if you don't. You learn who's there for you, whether it's your family or your friends, or even if it's yourself. You learn who's there. For me, when I failed, I learned what type of supports were at my school, so that's a good thing, and I'm able to recommend that to other people that I know. If you fail at some point in your life, it depends on how you pick yourself back up and how you want to proceed with the situation. But just know it's not the end of the world.
Thanks for listening.